With right on time, actually. Woo woo! Party in the glitter pit. Welcome, you guys, to the glitter pit. It's Wednesday. It's 3 o'clock. You're supposed to be here with me. Happy Wednesday, everybody. So happy to see everybody rolling in the early bird chat. So everybody's having a scorcher of a heat day, huh? Us too. That's why I feel like my air conditioner keeps kicking on and I'm freezing down here. But we get to go see Griffy tonight. Woo woo! We get to go see Griffy and the boys. And Nick has been working on their house. So he's like, I think he's done with the deck pretty much. So we're going to go see that. But hey, I want to ask for a special prayer request for my husband. In about an hour, he's going to be going over to the rental house. I have some pictures. I want to show you the house. Just because I know I've had some questions about that. I know I've shared them with my team before. So let me just get my comments on here. Hold on a second. There we go. All right, so let me see if I can pull up one of my pictures of the after, because we just went over there and looked at it yesterday. And I'm going to bring over my other picture. Hold on a second. All right, hold on. All right. Now this is what my house looked like. Now this is my rental house, okay, you guys? So it's just a little bungalow. It's nothing, over the top fancy. But the deck on the front, we built the deck when we used to live in this house. We lived in it for 17 years. So let me show you how cute this house is. Let me flip this over. All right, so you can see here, right, the deck. It looks like a little gingerbread house. Doesn't it look cute? It don't look like that no more. Oh, okay, so you all got the vision, right? The deck is stained. It looks all like the same color. The mailbox is white. All right, so now this is now I'm pulling this picture up on my phone, so you can't really, it's just a drive-by picture. So this is the house. This is my deck now. It's red, white, and blue. Oh my gosh, can you see that? And the stairs are rainbow color. And the whole, like the flower bed right here, he's painted the stones in rainbow color. He's painted my cinder blocks in the front with the flower bed to match the porch in red, white, and blue. The door was red, white, and blue. He has painted that white now, so thank God for that. And then the mailbox is red. So that's my house now, what it looks like. Isn't it great? So, needless to say, they're having a walkthrough with the management company today. And, let me put my face up in here. So, needless to say, the management company's walking through the house and Richard's going to try to fix the central air unit. He's pretty sure he needs to get to the furnace to see if it needs a fuse or if it's the board. Sorry, the board. My poor house. It's going to be okay, right? Everything's going to be okay. So, anyway, so Richard is going over there with the management company today at 4 o'clock. And look at Jessie's eggs. She's got these new eggs. And this brown one right here is speckly. Can you see it? You probably can't even see it by the phone, but oh my gosh. It's so cutesy. All right, let me go into my comments here. Hold on. Sorry, just give me 1 second. I just gotta, do all the click, click, clicking like you guys do. Because I'm on my extra phone here from my father-in-law. All right, there we go. All right, so is it what you thought the house was going to look like or worse? Is it better or worse? Wait a minute, you guys. What's going on? All right. This is not my... There it is. Okay. Let me go into my app. Hold on. So I can see your comments. Now I got a commercial. Sorry. I had it all set up, but I wanted to show you my house because many of you were wondering, why isn't my video popping up here? This isn't good. Okay, so comments, right? Okay. Okay, why isn't that opening? I can't see your comments, you guys. Man, what's going on? All right, let's just give it a minute. All right, so let's go through some updates. We're going to stamp, and I just looked this Sunrise Sailing, the dies and the embossing folder, everything's on back order. I am so sorry. If I would have known that yesterday, I would have flipped gears. I do have other samples for you guys, but I really, really love this Sunrise Sailing stamp set. All right, let me try to open this up now again. I think I did it now. No, I didn't. All right, maybe we're not going to look at comments today, guys. I don't know. I keep trying. No, it's taking me to another video, and I have no idea who that is or what it is. That's really weird. Okay, maybe it's just not meant to be, right? One more time. Nope, it's not letting me. All right, so let's go through the updates. We have free shipping started today. 3 days only, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Free shipping on orders of $75 or more. And that started today. So I've already placed my big order. I needed some cardstock for my retreat. So I'm happy to take advantage of the free shipping. I have the printable bundle that is available for today's card project that we're making along with the card sketch, which this is card sketch number 384. So cute. I got to use my Peekaboo Forest. Love that stamp set. And this designer paper is the Country Woods. Look how cute. It's so adorable. They're hanging over that ledge. I love it. So this is the card sketch. And you get the printable for the card sketch 384 along with the printable that we're going to make this card. I'm changing the card from the Secret Sea to the Timid Tiger. So I do have a Poppy Parade version that I wanted to share with you. And then I also have a couple other versions using other sets. So we're going to make that card with the Timid Tiger today and the Sunrise Sailing. Which, you guys, have you seen that stamp set? It is really awesome. But like I said, the dies and the embossing folder on back order until September 1st. If it comes in earlier, I'll let you guys know, all right? Also, the printable for the bundle, the printable bundle for the card sketch and today's project are listed down below, okay? I also have lots of happy mail, too, to share with you guys. The new paper pumpkin, this is the flyer that Stampin' Up gave us, and I don't know, that's not very appealing. But you do get 2 stamps in this month's paper pumpkin for August. And the sign up is happening right now, but this picture is better. It's called Farmhouse Florals. Look how pretty that is. Ooh. I don't even want to think about fall yet, right? I am so not ready for fall. I don't even feel like we've had a summer, even though it's been hot, but we've had so much rain, right? And then also at the end of the hour, I want to chat with you guys that want a mini catalog from me. We need to go through the steps to make sure that you are registered on my, or in your account, you have me as your demonstrator and you have all the boxes checked. We're going to go through that at the end of the hour because I'm going to be placing this order for all the mini catalogs this next week, early next week. So the sooner you update your account, the better. And that I know I got you in there. Now, if I do miss you by chance and I have see, now you guys don't see what we see as demonstrators, but on my customer manager, everybody that's got a little question mark by their name, they're not getting added to the catalogs. And that's quite a few of you guys. So if you don't get added to the mailing selector that I'm paying Stampin' Up to mail your catalogs, then I'm making a note of everybody that I will physically mail the catalog to, but it's so much easier if you guys update your account, okay? Also, there is 10 days left to register for my retreat, 2 spots left. I have been contacted by a lady named Sandy and her daughter. They're chit-chatting about coming, so hopefully those spots get filled. If not, they have until August 1st to get filled, all right? Remember, we're trying to shoot for 30 people for my retreat this year. I'm so excited. All right, so let me see if I can open up my comments again. I might have to reboot my phone. Let me reboot it. Hold on. Since I got out, can you guys just give me a second to reboot my phone? Please? Then we can all be happy campers. I can see what you guys are asking me, what y'all are saying, what I'm missing out on, all the above. All right, let's reboot. I will show you the card while we're rebooting. This is the card that is on the printable with the Secret Sea. It's so pretty, this cascading display card. It's so beautiful the way it sits up. I love it. And then look on the inside, I put a little sailboat in there too. It's so cute. Secret Sea, and I use the cloud cover for that. All right, let me log in here. Logging in, Facebook, going over to YouTube. All right. Yeah, our central air guy that's going, okay, I see the video. All right. Now I'm going to open the app. All right. Now I got a commercial. Of course. Why not get a commercial, right? Okay. We are cooking with gas now, you guys. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for letting me do that. Hi, Carol, Rena, Diana, Sharon. Everybody's rolling in. Hi, Linda. Yeah, the newsletter went out a little late today. Sorry, guys. All right, so we're going to make this card, but in the Timid Tiger. Let me show you the Poppy Parade. These are the colors that I'm using for my thank you notes this month, too. For those of you that have been getting my thank you notes, don't you love this stamp set? Oh, doesn't that look good with the Poppy Parade? I love it. All right, so we're going to make this card. And I do have Happy Meal, and I do have a couple other samples to share with you guys. Hi, Carol. Is everybody hot in their state today? Thank you, Linda. So what did you guys think about my house? Did you guys already say what you said about the house way up above when I couldn't get back in? Hi, Nicole. The paint has got to be removed from the deck. We do not want the deck painted. That's why we've always stained it. You cannot stain over paint. So the paint where he's painted red, white, and blue, it's got to be removed. So that's going to be a job on those spindles. He painted every spindle. Richard and I took 3 days, 3 full days with us both doing the staining of the deck. So it's not, there's no telling how long it's going to take to strip that paint off of, or not, yeah, we were staining the deck, not painting it. Okay, so let's go ahead and stamp. You guys ready after all that? Oh, you're camping today, Rita? Or later today, Rena? All right, awesome. I'm going to do something slightly different with today's card, and I will explain all that when we get going here. So let me take my face off. I'm going to turn my light on so you guys can see the whole screen here. Let me turn my light on. Okay, is that better? That's better. All right, let me get all my paperwork out of the way. All right, so like I mentioned, we're using the Timid Tiger. And this piece is cut at 4 1/8 by 9 1/2. We're going to score that and cut it. And then you're going to need 2 pieces cut at 2 1/2 by 3. These are going to be for the mechanism of your cascading card. And then let me actually give you all the Timid Tiger pieces here. All right, now I had some. These are these 2 pieces here. So these 2 pieces of Timid Tiger these are the largest pieces. These are 2 3/4 by 3 5/8. Yes, 2 3/4. Yes, 2 of those. And then I thought the peach pie would look pretty with this Timid Tiger. Doesn't that look pretty? So these are both cut at 2 1/2 by 3 3/8, right? No, 2. Oh yeah. Hold on. Okay, wait now. What did we say here? The 2 1/2, yeah, 2 1/2 by 3 3/8. That's for these two pieces here. And then these two pieces are for the front. These are the smaller panels. This is going to be for the front of the card, which is right here. Okay, so you have the Poppy Parade. All right, so these are the Timid Tiger. These are cut at 2 1/4 by 3 1/8. Okay, now this is one of the things I'm going to change, or I can tell you here. You can, to get the whole boat in the picture, which you can see here on my finished card, it doesn't quite fit all the way, right? So you can cut your panels here, and I cut mine at 2 by 2 7/8. It still fits, right? But it does cut it off at the bottom and the top. So if you want to make it a little bit bigger, you can go 2 1/8 by 3, right? And you'll still have enough space. So let me see here, 2 1/8 by 3. So this is going to be for your front panel. So it's still a little bit bigger. So we're going to try to stamp it on that and see what it looks like compared to my other one. And then you guys can decide on what you want to do. And then you could also keep the regular size. And I'm going to show you what I did here. But what I did is I just cut out the boat because there is a die. So I stamped the boat, and then you could always just put it on there. And it will fit because it's a, it's a cascading card. So we're going to do that way, I think. And then I also die cut out 2 clouds because we're going to do some blending with the blending brushes. And then a piece of basic white. Hold on a second. A piece of basic white, which is cut at 5 3/8 by 4. That's going to be for the inside of the card. All right, I know that looks like a lot of pieces, but once you see them go together, now these are the mechanisms, so we're going to have to score those 2 pieces. And then this is the larger piece here. Okay, so we're going to do the larger one. We're going to see what that looks like, okay? But like I said, if you want to use a small one, it still works. But you'll see on my other versions that, you probably won't be using the sailboat today unless you already have the stamp set, which would be great. Okay, so let's grab our paper trimmer and let's score these 3 pieces here. All right, so on the 9 1/2 side, let me just double check this. Okay, so this should be 9 1/2. 9 1/2 by 4 1/8. Yes. Yeah, I better keep that open. All right, so we're going to score this at, on the 9 1/2 side, we're going to score this at 1 inch, 2 inches, 7 1/2, and 8 1/2. So pretty easy measurements, right? Then we're going to turn it on the 4 1/8 side, and we're going to take one side, doesn't matter, but whatever side you're going to score this at 1 inch. So I'm going to use this right hand side of my trimmer. So wherever you're scoring the 1 inch, that 1 inch part is going to be the top of your card. Okay, so remember that. So 1 inch, and all we're going to do is we're going to score down to this first score line right here, and then we're going to score up to this for our bottom score line, or this first score line on the bottom. All right, so 1 inch. We're going to score at 1 inch up to that first 1 inch score line, and then I'm going to bring my scoring blade down here, and I'm going to score up to that first score line. That's just going to be a mark where we're going to cut. And then your 2 mechanism pieces, remember these are both cut at 2.5 by 3. And on the 2.5 inch side, we're going to score it at 3/4 and 1 3/4. Doing both the exact same way. So 2.5 inch across the top, score it at score it at 3/4 and then 1 3/4. That's it. Okay. Pretty easy so far, right? Okay. No, he's not supposed to change any changes without letting our management company know and getting permission from us first. The last time he's asked for permission for anything was last year in October. He wanted to add some decorations to the backyard around the flower bed. And we said, yeah. So, but he did not ask for permission to do this at all. Because trust me, we would have said no. All right, so we're folding on the score lines. I'm looking for my bone folder, which is right in front of my eyeballs. All right, so we're burnishing the score lines. I'm going to show you the way this is folding. Kind of like a Z fold. So this is the way the card's going to fold. Okay. And then remember where we scored that 1 inch? This is going to be the top of the card. So now we're going to take our scissors and I'm going to cut on that 1 inch score line up to that first score line. And then from that score line, we're going to cut at an angle up to the second score line. So cut into the first. And then when you get to that first score line, you're going to turn your scissors and cut at an angle up to that second score line. So it should look like that. And you're going to repeat the second side over here the exact same way. So cut on the score line that you made at 1 inch. And then turn it and then cut up at a diagonal up to that second score line. Just like that. Let me lay it down here. Okay. Ta-da! That's it. All right, and then let's go ahead and do our folding of the little mechanism. We'll get the bone folder out and burnish those. Even though I'm going to be doing some stamping next, but we'll get this folded up. So this is the way our mechanisms are going to fold. Kind of like a Z fold again, right? Actually, this one I think is going to go this way. No, it's going, wait, let me see. This way. This one's actually a Z, right? Yeah, this is actually a regular Z looking. Let me zoom in here. And the other one's like a backward Z. So this is the way the mechanism's going to look. Okay, this one's like a regular Z and then this is backwards. And they're going to go onto these panels right here. Okay, but we're not there yet. We're going to do some stamping first. So I'm going to take my 2 pieces of basic white and I die cut out my flowers, not my flowers, but my clouds. And I'm going to use some removable adhesive. And I'm going to put some on the back of my clouds because I'm going to sponge over these clouds with Pool Party. I'm going to do both of my basic white pieces like this. Can't see. Oh, yeah, you can see it. All right, so let me get my Pool Party. This is how I also did my thank you. Well, I'm still making my thank you notes, but this is how we're making my thank you notes this month. Exactly like this. So we're going to use my blending brush and I'm going to go over my die cuts of my clouds just by adding a light coating of the Pool Party. And then when I lift those clouds, it's going to be like a mask, right? Okay, so let's see this here. Yes, look how pretty and subtle that is. Hold on, there we go. Can you see it? So cute, very subtle. As my mom would say, it's all in the details, right? It's all in the detailing. I'm going to actually move this down because this one I'm going to put my greeting on this one. more sponging, more blending. My ones I'm using for my thank you notes, the clouds, they are so blue. They're almost green. Because I keep, you know, sponging all my thank you notes the same way. Okay, that one's done. I love the look of it after I remove the cloud. Isn't that cute? So like puffy and sweet. All right, let's do the inside of our card. I'm going to do the top left of the inside. At least that's what I did with my original one, right? Again, we're going to sponge a little bit of Pool Party. We haven't seen Griffey in like forever, I feel like. So we got the boys, Garrett and Hunter, the older boys. We got them like Nerf guns. And they've been here at the house, and we don't really like them playing with them in the house. So we're going to take those to the boys. Since it's summer, they can play with them outside. So they don't know that we're bringing them. Surprise! All right, let's see. Oh, we're going to do a little sponging down here at the bottom too. Just so I can put my sailboat down here. In the bottom right. All right. Ah, thank you, Diana. All right. Now let's stamp our boat. Now see, this is what I was saying. If it doesn't work out and the boat doesn't fit, we can always just put the boat over that. So I'm going to try it because I have not tried the little bit bigger size of the boat. So I'm going to try it right now with you. And then if it just doesn't quite fit like I'm thinking, then I will use the die cut one. And then you can see that too. See what it looks like. All right, so we're going to stamp our boat on this one. It definitely fits better. I should have brought my mat over. Oh, you're in Canada. Oh, somebody's calling. I don't know who it is. Sorry. It's probably my husband. All right. Hopefully this is good. Yeah, it's still a little tight, but at least I get most of the boat in there. All right, so let's go ahead and see what it looks like. I'm going to finish it, right? Oh, wait, we need our black for the birds. I got all my stamps because these are this is my bucket for my thank you notes, so I just brought everything over here from there. I'm going to stamp my little seagulls on here. Isn't it cute? And then I got my greeting. This is also from the same stamp set. You are destined for great things. That's going to go on this panel over here. Thank you for sharing and liking, Rose. All right, so we're going to, oh, that does not look good. Let me clean my stamp. I just inked my black ink pad because it was a little dry. I did not bring over my Simply Chamois either, so I'm having to clean my stamp. Just tap, tap, tap. Lightly. Okay. This is going to go on the front of this panel with just the clouds there, right? I think that will look cute. And then more birds on this one. I love the birds. They're so cute. All right, I think that's it for the black. And we're going to use the Timid Tiger for my little boat. I'm going to stamp this one too while we're at it. So I'm going to take the side banner here and I'm going to line it up with the side of my sail. That's how I'm lining all these up here. The timid tiger. So pretty. Let's do this one too. This is definitely a 2-step stamp set. Cute. All right, and then we're gonna take the boat part. We're gonna use the pecan pie for that. Hi, Julie. Pecan pie. Now this one, I kind of aim high on the top of this stamp just so that it stamps more of the pecan pie in the boat area. Right there. Let's do this one over here. Hopefully my head's not in the camera. There we go. Okay. I think that is all the stamping. Let me take the clouds off of this. This is going to go on the inside of my card. Isn't that pretty? All right. Close up our ink pads. Put all my inks and my stamps over here. All right. Now, let's put our pieces together. I want to use my liquid glue. So this is going to go on the front, the 2 smaller pieces of my timid tiger. Remember, this is the bigger piece. I did not put this on the printables. You might want to take a note. This is cut at 2 1/8 by 3. So it's just a little bit smaller than the timid tiger or the other pieces here. You see that? All right, and then this one's going to go on the other side. And you could also not even use the timid tiger at all. If you wanted to just use the whole piece where the timid tiger is, just use that whole piece as white. Cute. All right, and let's put our peach pie. And this can also be another area where you're stamping, which you're going to see on one of my other samples. I made a Halloween version of this card, and I kind of decorated this panel too. So this is just giving you more space to stamp, to put designer paper. I just really kept it pretty simple just because it's kind of like a gender neutral. Like it could go for a male or female. But you could also put another greeting on this section here too if you wanted. Okay, and then we might as well go ahead and put this into the base of the card while we're at it. Remember, the angle cuts are the top of my card. When you're putting in the basic white piece, make sure that your panels fold over like that. Okay. All right, now let's get our mechanisms. Remember how our Z folds are going here. This one's going to go over here. So we're going to put our liquid glue onto the panel of the mechanism. And then I'm going to put this, I'm going to take this edge right here. Hopefully you can see that. Let me bring my light over here. Hold on. There we go. This edge right here is folded over. So this edge is going to go right onto this edge over here, and you're going to line it up with the bottom edge. So line it up with the bottom and the outside edge. That should be a folded edge right there with the bottom. Okay, so then this is going to be the cascading part of the card. Same thing over here. The folded edge is going to go on this edge over the card. So we're going to put our liquid glue on here. Because you can see that this panel is actually smaller than this panel here. So if you put glue on here, it's going to overextend on this side when it's not as wide. Can you see that? So it's better to put the liquid glue on your mechanism first and then just put that onto your panel right here. So we're going to line it again up at the bottom and the outside edge. Right here and right here. And then this is going to be the cascading part of the card. Okay? And then our first panel, which are the peach pie and the timid tiger, they're going to slide right into that little panel right here. It's really, this is the first panel right here, and then this one closes over. So it's that middle panel right here is where that one's going to go. And again, this panel's bigger than the arms, so you want to put your liquid glue in here first now. Because you can see how much bigger the panel is. So if you were to put your glue on here, it's going to stick to the back of this panel here. So put it on the inside panel, again, lining it up at the edge and then all the way in so it closes down. My fingers got ink on it because I was cleaning my stamp. Yeah. All right, same thing over here. The middle panel. So this is the middle one right here. I'm going to put our glue here. Peach pie side, lining it up to that score line and the bottom edge. Just set it inside there. Just like that. And this will fit into a regular size envelope too. If you were on the fence about the new ink colors, what an enabler. I love it. I think of all the colors, I'm really surprised on how much I really love the Timid Tiger. It is so nice. All right, and then these are going to go on the front panel right here. And again, you can see it's just slightly bigger, but now this one, now look here. This one, we're going to hold it down, and you're only going to put glue right here on this flap. Not over to the edge, only on this flap right here. So we're going to put glue only here, right? And then when you put your, I'm going to put my boat on this side. When you put your boat on here, even though the glue's here, you're going to line it up with this edge over all the way over to the edge of the card. So even though that's glue's right there, you can see where the flap starts and ends right there. You're going to line that boat all the way up over to the edge of the card. Okay? So all this should be flush on this side. So then that's your cascading card. And the same thing over here. Can you see the overhang here or the shortness of this flap? Only glue on that flap. That's it. But you're going to put your greeting or your panel all the way over. Try not to drag it over. Just set it there on the edge. Because again, this is a cascading card, so that should be moving. Does that make sense? Thank you, Rena. Okay, so there's the, see if you were to glue that, see that wouldn't, see how it hangs over the back? You don't want to put glue over there, or over here I should say, because then that would be stuck down. And this is all like a moving card here. It's so pretty. All right, now let's see here. like if you wanted to just die cut your boat, so you have enough space. I'm thinking I'm just going to pop this up on a dimensional, even though that's underneath there. But I wanted to show you that the boat does fit better on the slightly bigger piece of the basic weight. See that? See, it gets more of the boat here, whereas this one didn't. Okay, so it's up to you. But I'm going to put the die cut on there. Let me get some dimensionals. Because I want to show you that it does fit on the card, even if the boat is bigger than the panel itself. Because the display part, see, it could go all the way up to the middle panel too. If you wanted, you know. Okay. Then I get the whole boat. So I'm just going to line this up with the previous stamped boat right there. So pretty. I like it. Don't you think it's cuter with the whole boat on there? Just pop it up. Very nice. See, and then when you close it, you still got extra space in here if you wanted to like stamp greeting and then die cut it out with the circle or something. And then like my other versions, I turned them into like a birthday card for this one. Oh, I got to put my other little boat inside. Let's do that. I got that over here, I think. I hope I got my Timid Tiger piece. Maybe not. Maybe not. I know I die cut out my boat, but I didn't cut out the Timid Tiger piece. Hold on. I might need to go get a piece of Timid Tiger. Or maybe I could fit it on this piece that I cut off. Let me see. Will it fit on here? Oh, barely. Barely, barely, barely. No, it's not going to fit. All right. I don't know where my other Timid Tiger. Let me go get another piece of Timid Tiger. Hold on. We got to finish the inside. Then you can see me die cut it. It's just a little piece. I'm bringing my die cut machine over. It was been in my office because I've been cutting those flowers and leaves. I'll bring it over here. You got time to hang out, don't you? Right? No rush. Let me zoom back out. There we go. All right, so Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, we have platform number 1 right here. My little shim number 2. My number 3 acrylic. And then my little sailboat. So now these are the 2 pieces. I've already cut out this piece here with the pecan pie, which is this one right here. Already cut that out. Now we're cutting out the sails for that boat, and that's in the Timid Tiger. Okay, there it is. Poke it out. There we go. There's the little sails. I know I die cut it out, but somehow it got lost between there and here. I don't know. It happens. This is the die collection and the embossing folder that you get together when you buy the bundle. So you get the stamp set, the die and the embossing folder. And this is one of those hybrids where this embossing folder fits with this die right here. Let me grab it. This right here. So you can cut that boat out and it embosses all at the same time, which is awesome. But like I said, it's on back order, sorry. September 1st. I'm really hoping it comes out before then, again, you know. All right, let's move the die cut machine. Then I just took my liquid glue, my little sailboat here, put liquid glue on this sail here. Just need a little bit. And then take my sail, stick it on there. Right there. Look how cute. It's a little baby sailboat. And then we're going to use dimensionals to pop that up on the inside. Whoop. All right. Flip it over. And this card could be for anything. Thinking of you, you know. This is going to go right down here in the bottom corner. So cute. I got my clouds in there. Love it. Such a cute fun fold. All right, so there's that. Now let me show you my Secret C and my Poppy Parade one, and then I'll show you my other two. Hi, Doreen. All right, so here's the Poppy Parade version. These are 3 of the colors, plus I'm using the Petunia Pop for my thank you note. So that's what I went with my colors for these cards here. And then the Secret C one here, which is pretty. Love that blue too, and the cloud cover. This one I did put the circle in there because it's like that stamp is a little bit tricky to stamp straight, so I was just making sure I was covering all my bases. I stamped it and then die cut it out. But this card really sits up. That's why it's called a display card. It sits up so cute on display. Okay, so there's those 3 with those 3 colors. With that sunrise sailing. This is the stamp set. I didn't show you the stamp set, but this is the stamp set. And the greetings are, congratulations, you deserve the best, happy retirement, best wishes, you're destined for great things, and ahoy. And it's a 2-step stamp set. Awesome. Okay. All right, and then let's show you these 2 here. This is my one that I used with the Silly Safari. So of course I love these animals. And look, I stamped on the panels on the inside of them. So more space for stamping. Remember I said that on the middle panel. Just make sure you're stamping and coloring and everything before you put it into the card. Isn't it cute with all the animals and then the inside? Ta-da! So cute. And then this is the Halloween one. This was the one I was going to switch to. I was going to make this, and then I switched it to the sailboat one, and then I found out it was on back order. I should have stuck with this one. But let me show you this really cute die. This little bat. That's actually a die. Hold on, let me grab my stamp set. This is the Spooky Halloween. This is on the online exclusives. This die right here, this is pretty unique. I don't think I've ever seen a die do this from Stampin' Up anyway. So this is the die. And then you'll see it like when you go on to the, I believe it's on the Stampin' Up website when you're looking at the stamp set. You know how they have samples over there? I think there's one that shows the candy bag. And it's like a tag topper. So this is like a tag topper. I did die cut one out here so I can show you. So this is what it looks like when it's, of course it's black. Let me get a piece of white here. Okay, so there's the tag. That does not help. Let me zoom in here. Okay, so the bat is in the center. The idea is that you're going to, this is already, when you cut out the die in the cardstock, it's going to emboss a line to fold in the center here. And the bat pops up like that. So the idea is that you can put it like on a topper for a bag, or in this case, I put it on the topper of my little panel. And over here on my little kitty cat. But see how it makes like a little tag. So it sits at the top like that. Let me get over here so you can see it better. Isn't that a cute idea? Oh, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. So isn't that cute how it does that? Like you just fold it. That's it. So all I did with mine is I removed that topper part. I cut up on that score line right up to that bat. And then I kind of wiggled it down a little bit. So I just have the bat showing here, right here. And then you can see on the back side, I should have cut it down more, but then I just put it behind my panel. And with this being black, I could have just cut that down. You would never even know it was there. But I should have cut it down more. But then I just glued it behind there. And with this panel, remember how we did the boat? You can have more clearance on your height of your first panel here. So the bats sit on there really cute. And then this one is the No Tricks, All Treats. That, again, we did stamp surgery to that. So this is the stamp. It's one big stamp, and then I just separated it. And with this, like this card here, this is what it looks like when it's closed. So you have this gap up here. Like I even thought of making the poppin' by one that says poppin' by to say hello. I thought that would look cute up at the top too. So, but you do have a space up here to stamp when the card is closed. So that's what I did with that stamp. I just separated it and put it up there. So when the card is closed, it just peeks out the top like that. Isn't it cute? And then this is that Spooky Sweet, I believe it is. This is that designer paper. Again, this is with that bundle. This is all the online exclusives. This paper is so cute. Look at that. That's the one I used on my card. So cute. So, and then this is, yeah, Spooky Sweet designer paper. All the supplies that I used on all these cards will be on my blog post tomorrow, okay? And then with free shipping, remember the Halloween stuff is only available on the online exclusives again this year, so there's not going to be any in the new holiday mini. Isn't the Frankie dog and the witch kitty cute? And then that fence is also in that die collection with the bats. So it kind of matches my bat candy holder thing. So cute. So those are the cards that I made extra for our cascading card today. So cute. So here's the other ones. Let's put these here. I want to look at your questions really quick. Oh, you can see it? Okay, good, Yoli. Yes. You like the Halloween one, Carol? Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, yes, very masculine, too. Yeah, I think the Secret Sea one is more masculine, just because I think the colors. But, yeah, I'm with you. All right, so let me show you some Happy Mail that I got this week. Now, the block holders, the can toppers, the glue holders, the block holders, everything is still available. You guys have been ordering it. Thank you so much. But just to let you guys know, there have been many people that have mailed checks in. I've emailed the latest checks that I've received, and the checks are taking forever to get here. So I think the two ladies that I got today I think it's been almost 2.5 weeks since they mailed it. So, and I'm not mailing the product until I actually get the payment. So this is why I was saying about PayPal or Venmo is much more quicker and faster. You know, the faster I get the payment, then I can get the items out faster to you. But you guys, once I get the payment, the package, you guys are receiving the package very fast. But I think the letter mail is going a lot slower than what the packages are. So I'm thankful for that. So that's just a little heads up. All right, so let's start here. This is from Barb. She sent me this really cute card with her payment for the block holders and can toppers, I think is what you got, right? So I did get your check yesterday, Barb, and I got your adorable card, but we have already settled up on that. So, oh, look at you did a fox on your label. Jesse would love that. And then this was another one from Joanne. Her card or her check came from Hawaii. So I was giving her more time because it was coming from a farther distance. But isn't her card pretty? I got your card, Joanne. I got it yesterday. So, and I'm pretty sure you either got your orders, both you and Barb already, because we've already settled up because it was taking forever. So they ended up doing the PayPal. But hopefully you guys are getting, I know I got Barbara's order. She said she got it. Yeah, so yay. All right, and then this order, or this card was from Rogine, I think is how you pronounce your name. She also placed an order for all the glue holders and the block holders, and I got your check yesterday. Your orders all went out today. Yay. And then look at this stamp set, you guys. It's not Stampin' Up, but I need to know where that's at. And you know what, Chris? You told me in your little note, this card, I have a video on this card, and it was from a year ago, I believe it is. I think I called it the hidden trifold hidden door, and I used the cows. Look at that video, because look how cute her card is. Look at these pickles. Oh my gosh. Where in the world would I be without you? And it's a little pickle and a pickle. Her and Laura also sent me a little it was a pickle dancer singing I'm Too Sexy for Myself, and it's like a stuffed animal pickle, and it was like, I'm too sexy for myself. You and Laura both sent that to me in my text, and the pickle was so cute, but look how cute that pickle is. And I know you told me where you got that stamp set, but it's an older stamp set. But look at the can or the jar of pickles. It's so cute. I love it. Oh, I love it so much. Thank you, Chris. And then she also sent me this wine stopper that's a pickle. My husband already had it tilted open to take it out. And I said, don't you dare. I got to look right down here. He did it. I said, don't you dare. I got to take it downstairs and show everybody. But look how cute that is. It looks like a real pickle sticking out of a wine bottle. That's so cute, Chris. Thank you. Y'all know I love dill pickles. And then this card is from, this is another payment. Thank you. Thanks for being you. And then look at her card. It opens up here. It's so cute. This is from, who is this from? I think this is from Trish. Yes. Trisha Hastings, right? Yes, look how cute. I think I have a video on that too in my gallery somewhere. So cute. Thank you, Trisha. And then this card is from Pat Schultz. She says, thank you for sending me the darling dinos when I cashed in my episode. So this card has been a while in the mail too, Pat. Yeah, because the tokens were all cashed in back in March, early April. And what is it? July? So I just got your card, Pat. You probably done forgot about it. But thank you for thanking me. Right? Thank you, ladies, for all your Happy Mail. I love it. I love it. All right, for those of you that are still around, we need to talk about the mini catalog, the new holiday mini. Demonstrators are ordering the mini catalogs for their customers in the U.S. In the U.S., we can offer our customers to buy the catalogs for them, so we don't have to actually physically ship them. So Stampin' Up! Has got a whole new website, which we know that they've updated it, right, since the new rewards had happened. But this also means on the demonstrator side, it has changed also. So what we used to have was a customer manager. Now we have a customer center. And all this does not make any sense to you, but I'm explaining why it's so different for me to be able to order the catalogs for my customers. So in your online account, now this is when you place an order with me as your demonstrator, you're going to have to log in. Let me zoom in on this paper here so I can break this down for you guys. So it makes it a little bit easier when you see a visual. Okay, so when you log into your account, remember you go to stampinup.com or you go to my DBWS, which is my demonstrator business website, and you click on your account, right? So you're going to log in, and then along the left-hand side, you're going to see all these little, I guess, files or folders. You can update your address. You can see your information about the demonstrator that you've picked. You can opt in your rewards. This is another thing that you have to do to get on the mailing list. If you're collecting the Stampin' rewards already, then you're all good with that part of the rewards part. But once you click into your account, click on your address. Now, this only applies to people that have a separate mailing address compared to your shipping address. Your shipping address is where UPS is delivering your orders, like in the big boxes. Your mailing address, if it's different, like a P.O. box, UPS does not deliver to a P.O. box. So if you do have a P.O. box address where you get your mail, your bills, whatever, you will have to update your mailing address on your address tab in your account. So once you log in, go on the left-hand side of your online account and click address. And then if there's anything that needs to be changed or updated, add your phone number. Please add your phone number, because I just seen a thing come across where the phone numbers are kind of glitching out. So update your whole information and then scroll down just a little bit and you're going to see shipping and mailing. Those boxes have to be checked. So Stampin' Up, because it says like by your name, if you're one of my customers and I'm getting a question mark by your name, there's a few things that are happening. Either you have a P.O. box address and it's not added, or you haven't checked your box that your mailing address is the same as your shipping address. So just check both of those boxes for your address, and then remember to click to save or update. You have to remember to do that, okay? And then we're going to go down to the part with the demonstrator. So on the left-hand side, again, in your account, you should see demonstrator. And if I'm your demonstrator, you should see a little button that has my picture and my name, right where you're clicking the demonstrator info. And then next to the little button where it has my name and it says preferred, I think that's what it says, click on view. It's really small little view, little thing. Click on that, and it has an arrow right here. And then once you click on that, you're letting Stampin' Up! Know that I am your demonstrator and that you want to opt in for contact. So there's a little button at the very bottom where you see my picture and my name, right? Right there. And then scroll down just a little bit, and if this little box where this toggle is, if that's white, you need to move it over to the right to opt in. So what this is saying is that you're opting in for me to be your demonstrator and that you're wanting me to contact you. okay? These are very important steps because as of right now, those people with the question mark by their name, and I have a lot of customers. So if this could be just something that you could just go in and just double check that everything is good. I know many of you have already done that, but it would save me a lot of time to have to do, well, I can't do it. I can't do it as a demonstrator. You have to do it. You have to release your information for me. Now there is like what we used to have, a no contact. And if this is not opted in, then that's what it's showing up as on my side. So that's telling me that you don't want the catalogs, you don't want my thank you notes, you don't want my emails, you don't want nothing. So once you opt in, then you're opting in for me to be your demonstrator. Okay? Is there any questions about that? Also, there's a place where you can opt in for your rewards. Hopefully you guys are opting in for the rewards. When it first launched on April 15th, it would like prompt you to say, do you want to get rewards? And then you would just confirm. So it was really super easy. But if you have been placing orders and you haven't been getting your rewards, again, sign into your account, and then along the left-hand side where it says rewards, it should be something in there that you want to opt in. See, I can't see that side of it because you're my customer and I can't log into your account. But there should be something where you want to opt in for the rewards. So you'll get 10% on your orders. You have to opt in for that too. So all those factors are playing into maybe why you're not getting added to my customer mailing selector. So this is where I need you to help me to get that all set up, especially if you want me to be your demonstrator, okay? Please, please, please help me to help you, right? Jerry Maguire. Did you guys all see that movie? I love that movie. All right, so any questions about that? When will the demonstrators be able to see the new mini catalog? The demonstrators will be able to see the digital mini catalog online on July 30th, so next week. But it's not going to go live for our customers until September. And then we as demonstrators can pre-order on August 5th. So remember how we get a month early. So I'm assuming that would be September 5th for our customers. So this is why we order the catalogs early, at least a couple months early, because once we submit the order for our mini catalogs to Stampin' Up to ship out to our customers, then they have to submit it. I think it's to a third party, and then they get the catalogs ready, you know, shrink wrapped, whatever, and all addressed. So then they are shipped out a little bit early, so they arrive in time for the catalog launch in September. So Stampin' Up is always good at keeping things ahead of, you know, like ahead of the deadline, so we're not freaking out. But I am kind of freaking out now because I'm usually getting ready to place my order for my mini catalogs by now. And I just want to get as many as my customers that I can in this first mailing. So if you want that mailing of the holiday mini catalog from me, please update your account, or even with another demonstrator, still do them a favor and update your account with them too. It's all the same. It's just I'm paying for my customers to get the mini catalog through Stampin' Up. And let me tell you, it's a lot less cheap. It's a lot less postage, and it's a lot less time for me. Remember? Let's have a flashback for a minute. Remember when I mailed out the holiday mini catalogs, I think it was last year? And it was a nightmare because I forgot to submit my order. I do not want to do that again. Because if you are a demonstrator, this is the process. So when you're a demonstrator, you're ordering the mini catalogs, and then you're paying shipping to ship those mini catalogs to you as a demonstrator. Then you're packaging up those mini catalogs in manila envelopes, whatever, packaging tape, labels, postage, return labels, everything. Then you're paying postage again from you to your customer. So I mean, the postage, not just my postage around the US has gone up dramatically since Monday, this past Monday. It's gone up a lot. So I'm assuming postage would be at least $3 and something. But that's not including the shipping that I'm having to pay for Stampin' Up! To send them all to me, package them up, and then get them out to you. So instead, Stampin' Up! Offers a service for demonstrators where we can pay Stampin' Up! A flat fee per catalog, which is a little bit cheaper, but it's a lot less headache for me because I ain't got to package it up and haul it to the post office, right? So Stampin' Up! Is offering us a service as demonstrators that we can pay Stampin' Up! To go through the customer center and pick all our customers and have them mail the catalogs for us to you. And that is amazing service. I love it. But in order to do that with the new online ordering and everything, with everything switched, we just need to kind of fine tune your account so I can get the proper information that I need to have Stampin' Up! Be able to ship it to you. Okay? All right. Let me zoom back out. If you guys have any questions, please just reach out to me. The sooner the better. And this diagram, I think I posted this on Friday on my website, and it's also on my Facebook business page. If you just scroll down a little bit in the feed on my page or on my blog, you'll see this and you can follow the prompts. Like it says right here, 1, sign into your account. 2, go on the left-hand side where it says address, update your address, and then I highlight here to click your shipping and click your mailing address. So you got that entered. And then over here is 3, click on the demonstrator, which you should see my picture. If you see my picture, click on view. You can also locate me as your demonstrator if you want me to be your demonstrator, but whoever is your demonstrator will show up here. And then click view. And then over here, you're going to have to opt in for the contact. Okay? So 4 steps. Pretty easy. Just follow the prompt on this snapshot. Okay? You can make it bigger on your computer or your phone. Where to find demonstrator name? We are under. It should be under when you click demonstrator and then you click view. So when you click on demonstrator, your demonstrator picture should pop up in the main screen. And then whoever your demonstrator is, you're going to click view. And then it's going to pop up her information, her picture. This is what mine looks like. So it says preferred demonstrator right here. Can you see that? Preferred demonstrator. It has my picture. And then remember, you're going to scroll down just a little bit. It has my address here, Waterford, Michigan. And then right here is where you're going to click that box. And it's just moving that little toggle over to change the color from white to like a green, bluish. And then you're all set. Remember to save everything. Save changes right here. Or save address. Right? When I place an order, you're my demonstrator on my orders. All right, awesome, Linda. I think you are set, Linda. My sign-in page was different too. Okay, I made an account especially for me, so I have like a customer account because what doesn't make sense either, if Stampin' Up! Is listening, Stampin' Up!, listen to us, please. We have always wanted a dummy site, not dummy like not smart, but a dummy site where we can kind of show our team, because I go live with my team every Thursday, and for me to show them all these steps would be so nice to have a dummy site where I can just show them this is what it looks like. This is where you're going to click. So instead of them offering us a dummy site that we can train everybody on, like my customers and my team, I have to make an online account just like my customers And then this is how I took a picture of what my account looks like as a customer, but I'm a demonstrator. So it probably does look a little bit different, Pat. But it should still say all the information along the left-hand side once you log in. Those are like your little tabs, you know, like update your address, pick your demonstrator, get your rewards, see how, and also in that rewards button on the left-hand side, that's where you see how much you have in your rewards, which is awesome. Because I know, like, on the demonstrator side, I see my rewards all the time. Whenever I place an order, they say, you have XXX. Do you want to cash in any? You know what I mean? But I think for you to log into your online account and then you can look up your rewards, you just click on rewards on the left-hand side. And it should tell you all your information over there. Okay? Okay, awesome, Yolanda. All right. I think that was really the most important thing that I wanted to share with you guys today, because I had posted this after our live last week. And see, by now I'm getting ready to hit finalize. And then from that week on, anybody that's new to me as a customer, I will mail them a catalog. But you guys that are my customers, you guys are getting the first run of the catalog. You guys will get it first in your mailbox. And that's what I want Stampin' Up! To do for me, because it's an amazing service that they offer us. Not all demonstrators get it because of out of the country, like Australia and Germany. They don't get those services just because I think it's harder for them being out of the country. All right, I think I'm signed in, but everything was different. All the account info was on the right-hand side of the page. Okay, that's fine, Carol. If it's on the right or the left, it's just like your toolbar. Mine was on the left, so, but maybe yours is just on the right for some reason. Not right side. Left. Mine's on the left too. We'll just be confused together. Right? Mine is on the left too, Carol. Mine's on the left. So, but all your little toolbars are over there. Your address, your rewards, your demonstrator, everything's right there. Check out everything over there. It doesn't hurt to know what everything does. Like, I know my mom, she's not online much, and I'm like, Mom, you can't mess it up. Just click on it and then go back. I know, that's easier said than done, right? I get it. I just followed the steps. It worked. Awesome! That's what I want to hear. It's good. That's good. You just followed the prompts. Yes. And there was really no other way to do it except for a video, but then I wanted everybody to be able to do it in 4 easy steps. So that's what I put together that picture for. So, okay. Any other questions, you guys? I'm going to be ordering those catalogs here this next week. So please update your accounts. Please, please, please. Like I said, help me to help you. All right, so it is 20 after 4. We're just going to say a quick silent prayer for my husband, and that the house and that the renter is being cooperative. Right? Okay. Yes. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next week. Also, don't forget, if you want to come to the retreat, there's 2 spots left. I would love to have you. First come, first serve now. We are down to the wire. 10 days left to register. Everything is a go. We're going to hit 30. I just know it. And if you're on the fence, please let me convince you. Let Linda convince you. Let Rena convince you. Let everybody convince you that's been to my retreat. They have an amazing time. There's going to be so much more stamping this year, too. There's going to be at least 5 classes. Okay? It's going to be awesome. Also, I will give you guys a heads up. There will be to-go packets. There's going to be 3 different, 3 different price ranges for the to-go packets. So they are very limited, though, all right? And I will post all that after the retreat, so I know how many I got. I can divvy it all out and how many kits go with what. So, but just be aware that if you can't make it live, you can get the kit to go, and it's just as good, okay? Thank you, Yoli. All right, thank you, Linda. All right, so I'll see you guys next week. Same glitter time, same glitter station right here. Love you guys. Bye.